Wow, what's going on, everybody? God, I feel like it's been forever since I've done a show. I literally have not done a show in a while. The last live stream I had was on Sunday, but to actually come in here and sit in the studio, it's been quite a while. And it feels good to be back and a little bit more organized. Sometimes I need to kind of pull away and get my brain, refocused. And it's tough sometimes coming up with content. It really is. And I know there's a plethora of it out there. But sometimes it's really it's tough because everybody's covering this and you want to be unique in your own way and approach things in your own way. But anyway, we're here. We're gonna have a fun show today. I have a lot to talk about, and I actually reached out to an old friend of mine and I said, hey, are you around? Can you do a show today? And I want to bring this person in. It's been quite a while, and I can see him backstage. He's super relaxed. It's good to see him smile, which is great. And we'll bring in the mystery guests, but we're going to have some fun today. Tommy CPU, what's up, buddy?
Not much. How's everything there, bud?
It's good. It's good to see you. It's good to see you back here. It's good to see you back here on LTL Media. I always have had a good time, when you've come here into the studio or we've interacted outside. And it was really great to see you at the Karen Reed Star Drive-in fundraiser the other night. It was
remember that day we went for a walk around the courthouse and looked at all the wicked old houses and stuff?
Yeah.
Seems like yesterday, bud.
I know. It was yesterday, 1 year ago.
Like, boom. So,
but it's good.
Wow. Everything from then till now, Brian. I just can't. It's a book in itself.
It is. I mean, we're writing chapters in a book. I mean, this is it's been a very unbelievable thing. And I know that it's, what we've been involved here in the state of Massachusetts has certainly changed your life, and it's changed mine as well. I mean, I've gotten to meet so many amazing people that I never thought that I would ever come in contact with. And then being able, and we're going to talk about this today, being able to have one of these things in front of me, the power of the microphone and what this can do. And it's pretty incredible. And I can say that, you are the person that's probably documented the most outside courtroom footage in all of this, and it's pretty amazing what you do.
Well, I mean, the people. It's not. How do I put this? It's not necessarily me as much as it's the people that are behind me, like all the people, all the supporters that we got. Right?
Yeah.
Like there was interest in that, so I just held my camera and this is what we got. So what people see is a direct result of the direction that they've taken me. And when you make a comment about the news, it's funny you say that because I don't watch the news anymore.
I don't either.
YouTube is the news. So we are the new media.
I don't watch. It's funny because I'll have a conversation with someone and they'll be like, oh, did you see this on the news? Did you see this? And I'm like, I don't fucking watch the news. Like I go to YouTube, I watch a clip, or, I get, the unfiltered independent news, that we all seek because we know what's going on in the mainstream media. I mean, especially gosh, we're involved in some of the most covered cases in Massachusetts.
In some of the most uncovered cases. Yeah. We're in the middle of it. We are the only coverage of that case, Brian.
100%. And the other things that are going on, we have Sandra Birchmore, we have Enrique Delgado Garcia,
Justin Root, Craig Casey,
and the list goes on and on. Yeah,
too many.
It's way too many. It's way
Brian,
too many.
What other town has that much death in it?
I don't.
Chicago?
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't know what to even gauge it against.
Yeah, Christy says, she said, I don't even watch TV at all. Mine is all on YouTube. That is the way of the future. And that's why I said, my tagline here is, the future is independent media. And it's true.
Absolutely.
It's super true.
So Brian, here's our problem though. You ready? Yep. I'll be the first to admit that I'm biased. Mm-hmm. So how do I get what the people want to see unbiased to them so that what they see, they make up their mind?
Exactly.
How do I step out of that way with my own bias? That's kind of the problem or the issue that we keep bumping against,
It is. Yeah.
There's stuff that there's so much stuff that Mike knows, so much stuff that I know that we can't say.
Yeah.
We destroy it like too much.
Yeah. So Scott's asking, how close is the new billboard to the Foxborough Mass Street Police Barrack? That's a good one. So it's probably less than a quarter of a mile, Scott. And we're going to talk about that. We will talk about that today. So Tom, listen, I want to get into something. I want to be very diplomatic about it, but I want to get something here on the record because I'm not sure if my email reached this individual this morning. So there's, and listen, I'm going to take names out of this. But I'm going to be very diplomatic and very approach this in a very, I guess, diplomatic way. There is a old friend of mine, acquaintance that I've known for probably about 15 years, and it has been someone that I used to go to a place and we had a very casual relationship and we would talk about sports. I posted about this on my Facebook page last night, and this person has constantly messaged me like a jealous ex-girlfriend, on and on and on and on, just inundated messages about Karen, read this and Karen, read that. And you know how it is. Listen, I have a life outside of LTL Media. I work, I have relationships, I have my friendships, and sometimes it's like it's a little too much. But when you're constantly like and I'm like, I get it. You think Karen Reed's guilty. I understand. You know, I get it. I don't know what else you're gonna do to express your point. I understand it. But after a while, it's like, all right, like, please, like, you know, you're writing them like, look, I get it. I don't need these long inundated paragraphs or diatribes anymore. You know, it's probably time to move on. It's not going to change my stance. Everything that I'm doing, I have a right to do. This microphone, I can have it in front of me. This is called free speech. And it got to a point where I had to literally block. Oh, look at the dog. I had to block this person on my personal Facebook group, defriend them, and kind of move on because it was just getting like insane, right? So then all my messages started coming through my LTL platform.
Right.
Same person. I got sick of it. And last night I made a post and I put it up on my Facebook and I blocked the person's last name. I blocked their photo, but their first name was exposed. Okay. And I put in a screenshot of the things that they were sending to me. And I said, hey, meet this person. They like to talk specifically, use words like Trooper Proctor, XYZ. And I did this for a purpose. And the purpose was, listen, I have a platform and you continue to harass me. I want you to move on. And I'm going to put this up there for you to back off. So I put it up. Just as I thought, 24 hours later this morning, got another message from this person. But this time around, and I'm doing this to put this on the record, this time around, there was, and let me just pull this up. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I'm going to kind of quote some of it. And I know they're watching. That's the thing. I know they're watching. They asked me if I wanted to play fucking games. They know my address. They know my car. They know my plate. They know my studio. And they essentially said that they will take my information and put it across the internet and said that they will be coming for me. So here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. I get it. And I'll let you chime in a second here, Tommy, because I want to hear your thought on this. I get it. We can have discourse like this. We're allowed to agree and disagree. Okay. But when it gets to a certain point, and this individual is an adult and they should know a little bit better, especially in the line of work that they do. But when you start saying like, I know where you live, I know where you go, I know your address, your plate number, where your studio is, that's stalking. And when you say that you're going to put personal information out there on the internet, that's doxing. And then what you're doing to continuously, relentlessly over and over again, when I've asked you to stop, now that's harassment. So I wrote this individual an email this morning. I'm not sure that they got it, but that's why I'm putting this on the record. Look, move on. It's okay. I don't know what your crux is about me, but I can do what I'm doing in my life. Just move on with your life. And I told them, if it continues again, I'll just forward all the inquiries to my lawyer. And I will go to the police. So I don't want you harassing me. I don't want you harassing the fine people that own this building, that allow me to be here and do what I do. Because you know why? They believe in me and they believe in free speech. Okay? I will not allow that to be shut down. This will not be cut off. But if you're going to engage in criminal activity, like the 3 things that I named, then we would take it to the other level. And I'll tell you, there are many, many police officers that stand behind us for what we do. So if you think if I go to the police and they're not going to listen to me, they will, because everything is in writing. You've now put it in writing. That's a no-no. Tom, what do you think?
Welcome to the club, bud.
Yeah.
You get a metal badge for that one, because that's all they have, Brian. If they had factual evidence that Karen was guilty in any way, shape, manner, or form, they would be throwing that at you every single second of the day. Tell me no. Right? If they had video of this accident happening, would you not like get clips of it every 30 seconds?
Right.
Because that's who these people are. Brian, I've had pictures, professionally printed pictures.
Yeah.
Vile pictures that involve me and Karen and other people left on my car at my house. So like that's more of a direct threat in itself, right? Nice little envelope on the car when you wake up, right? Like, dude, you didn't even leave me any flowers? What the frig, man, you know? So they have nothing, Brian. They really don't. They have, and now that they that's their last play is attack you. They do it to me on the internet. What are they gonna say about me? Like whatever. They have nothing. Show me. You know what? Show me.
Yeah.
Show me how bad of a person I am. Go ahead.
Yeah, but when you're making a personal threat and you're putting those things out, like, I know where you go, I know your address. What are you gonna do? You're gonna come beat me up? You're gonna come kill me? Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah.
That's the Brian, that's the implied threat, is that your life is on the line and everyone that you deal with now. So it's not just because you have a difference of opinion.
It's crazy.
That's it.
And the funny thing is, Tom, I've been attacked by quote unquote the other side. They haven't even gone to this length. I mean, this is just a normal person that I knew, casually in passing, and they've gotten so entrenched about what I do. It's almost crazy. I mean, it's a little obsessive.
No,
it's time to be an adult. Wrong. It's time to move on.
Brian, you're not wrong. And I think, okay, like you and I, we put ourselves out there, like Aiden, like Mazza, like Mike. We all put ourselves out there, okay, first off. So first off, we put a target on our back. We expect some of this. So it goes with the territory. That's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about them taking it to a different level.
Personal threats.
A personal threat. And I live in that world, Brian.
Yeah.
But I have such a tight circle around me with my mods. Like they're the only people in my life. These women that run the channel, and they can sniff out anybody in a day, 2 days. So that circle, Brian, right? You let nobody in, and they can't get in. So now they have to attack you. They have to attack your landlord. They have to like let you know what kind of car you drive. Like really? Like okay.
And the funny thing is, you know, and I don't want to get my landlord involved. He's a sweet, nice guy.
Innocent.
Okay?
Absolutely.
But you don't want to mess with him, I'll tell you, because he's got a fleet of lawyers. So
Brian, do you know how many screenshots I have with people claiming that I'm this and I'm that?
Yeah. No, I got you. But when it becomes and stalking,
Brian, and by default, you're now on edge, not on edge. By default, you're now more observant of everything around you, just because they got you on alert. And
Well, it's not. Yeah, and I get it. That's
you're being cautious. You have to be cautious,
intimidating.
right?
It's supposed to be intimidating. I don't care about me. Whatever happens to me, I don't care. It's the people around me, my loved ones. When you're coming for me, that means that you're coming for the people around me. I don't want any of those people to get hurt. Okay. You're going to do whatever you're going to do to me, which is fucking stupid anyway. I mean, that you're going to have a disagreement over a side that I'm taking in something. And I've told you a million times, like, just don't write me. It's kind of stupid. It's harassing. And now you're all spun up. Now, I will say this. I did take the post down, but it was to prove a point, to say, look, leave me alone. Okay. I don't want to be bothered by you. I'm going to let everybody know what you're doing to me, and we can move on. And that's it. And that's why I wanted to do this and put this on the record today. So if it continues.
But wait a minute. Now, to be honest, right? Like, those threats, this is just for the people that are making the threats or whatever, right? Like, those threats, I don't even give them a second thought now, because I'm too busy and focused on, like, this girl who's getting railroaded for a murder she didn't commit. Like, that's a little more important to me than whatever it is you think about me, which you can have your opinion. And you know what? I want you to have your opinion. And if you don't like me, that's okay. Like, you don't have to. Don't watch me. But if you do like me and you like what I do, I'm all in, right? And it's that simple. And I'm more focused on that than the letters, the pitches. I don't care. It's wasting my time. You're wasting your time because I don't care. Really don't care.
So everybody's saying your microphone has a little bit of static. I don't know.
Might be my hand. How I'm holding the phone. Is that better?
I don't know. Let me see. Go ahead.
Is it better now? Can you hear what I'm saying? Okay. So, like, it doesn't matter what they say, Brian. And I know, like, I don't, like, there's a saying they have, right? You never hear the bullet that killed you.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're missing. You had bad aim, right? So let them. They're just wasting ammo, Brian. That's all they're doing. They're spinning the wheels. Yeah. Because, again, if they had any shred of evidence that Karen Read was guilty, I promise you it would be in your inbox full. You'd be at capacity. Right? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Would they not use that against us in any way they could? Where is it? Show me. Show me. Show me.
Easy. It's still early morning.
I can show you Trooper Proctor's messages. How about them? I can show you Lieutenant Tully losing 6 days of freaking vacation pay or whatever.
Right.
I can show you those things.
Right. And we know choice words that Tully.
You know what else? Hey, you know what else I can show you? I can show you a rubber duck that says Colin did it. And I can show you that 2:27 happened. 2:27 a.m. How long to die in the cold? A Quantico dude that's smarter than me said it happened. And I believe him more than I believe Jen McCabe. So Jen McCabe, you Googled how long to die in the cold at 2:27 a.m. Let that be on the record. Colin, he was at the house. Let that be on the record.
So Nurse Kim in the house, she says,
good morning.
Sorry, guys. My job title, employer, and beach house have been put on X anonymous complaints filed against me at work and letters to the board nursing for my opinion. It's insane. But you know what? This is the bottom thing is you will not stop this. I have every right to be here. Tom has every right to be here. Kim has every right to be here. If you don't agree, then just fucking move on with your life.
Bye.
It's fine. You know?
Really?
It's
fine. Find another hobby.
Yeah.
And poor Kim, right? She's just doing what? The truth?
Yeah. I mean, she's putting her medical opinion out there.
And now she has to deal with all these other things that just waste of time.
Yeah.
Because Karen Read, still innocent. Would they not blast Nurse Kim with any evidence of Karen Read doing this?
Right.
Show me. Show me the evidence, guys. You're so convinced she did it. Show me. Don't even go with the taillight because you can't use the taillight.
Let me just get to this really quick. Tracy, thanks for the $5 on Cash App. And then I'm going to bring this one up real quick. Tracy 617 says, not okay. There are some threats that should be taken seriously. Please protect yourself. And I do. I mean, this is why I'm doing this public record. People don't know. I've emailed this person and said, you know what? I really didn't appreciate, I'm not going to read it word for word, but I've given you context to what was said in the message. It's a person that's been kind of bothering me for quite a while. And this funny thing is, we were casual friends. This is someone that I knew. And I took a certain stance on this case. I had my platform for 5 years, but we started talking about this case on the platform. And I got inundated with emails and messages and text like all day long. It's like, all right, at a point, you need to just stop because I'm literally not engaging you back. I'm not saying anything back. But it's like over and over. I felt like I was like listening to like a jealous ex-girlfriend or something over and over and over and over and over again. And then it became to a point where I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to let everybody know. And now I'm going to put stop to this. I don't want this person. And literally didn't post their photo, didn't post the last name, just post a screenshot, blurred everything out, first name there, bam. 24 hours later, fine. I took it down, emailed this person again and said, look, I don't want to continue this. I will take the post down. You will move on and I will move on. It's okay. If you don't like what I'm doing, start your own fucking platform and battle back against us. I don't know what to tell you.
But again, right? Attacking Nurse Kim, attacking you, attacking Mike, attacking Maz, anybody, right? It doesn't change the fact that Karen Reed's factually innocent. Nothing they do is going to change it. And that's
1,000%.
what I think they don't get.
1,000%. Please pass the pepper. $2 says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Well, good afternoon to you.
I love Peppa. Thank you. She did a lot for Karen Reed at the fundraiser. So she was great. Thank you, Peppa, for everything you did for that. Thank you.
Alpine says stage 10 clinger.
And you got to realize, Brian, right? And I don't think that people realize this. We're getting messages from people we don't even know who they are. They're just anonymous. They can put a word like Fred, Mary, Jane, they can whatever. The threat still comes through, right? Yeah. So like we deal with that all the time. And that's part of that's kind of what we signed up for, but not to what they're doing now. They've crossed that criminal line. But what are we gonna go to Morrissey and say, hey, tell your people to stop it?
To him.
So really.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll just pull this up. Debbie K says, what has turned out into good people who are doing great work is a shame. Never seen anything like it. No, I agree.
But you know what though? It's just the hurdle that we all have to jump over. Right? You don't think Nurse Kim gets a massive amount of hate mail? You don't think Aiden gets it? I mean, gee, think of the stuff he gets, right?
Yeah.
And again, he's still there. Everyone's still here.
Yeah, I'm not going anywywhere.
Right? I'm not going anywhere.
Like, look, don't say, let's not be child. I know where you live, and I know you and this shit. Like, come on, you're being a child, and you're a grown person. You're a grown person,
Brian.
You're a grown person.
This is not time for those games. We'll play those games after the Karen Reed's innocent.
Yeah.
Because I have no time for it right now. It's too much.
Esty checking in. She says, hey, I'm sorry, Nurse Kim. That makes me sick. Hello, Esty. How are you? She says, it makes me sick to my stomach to hear. I have been doxxed too on X. They have tried to get my loved ones fired and contacted my children's school. Jesus Christ. And
unbelievable, right? Unacceptable. It's not right. Listen, maybe this week we push about this, Brian. All week we should talk about this, about how the other side is attacking us and giving us threats, and expose all that all week about how nasty and bad these people are. I mean, I don't want to say somebody kicked it off already, but geez, there's a river flowing, bud. We should probably just add to it, right? All week, the fact that we ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. And it goes to like the simple point of this too. Remember during the trial, and I don't know who the hell put it out. I think it was actually Jennifer Coffindaffer that put this out. And maybe someone can find the tweet or who started this. But remember during the trial, there was the rumor that 3 Karen Reed supporters are following the jurors home and they're intimidating them. That never happened.
No, it did not.
Never happened. And
it's funny because I was there, but she wasn't. And I'm saying it didn't happen because I have video. If you look at my film, I got I got as much coverage as anyone else. I promise you it didn't happen.
Right.
Promise you. That's an absolute 100% lie that she told.
Yeah.
She's not even in the state. Never happened.
It's crazy.
Brian, we could spend a month on all the things that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And we can also spend 2 years on things that did happen.
That's one.
Right.
Out of all the evidence that came in front of those jurors, you just go, how could you not see this? How could you not see this?
the one good cop I know that I know is a fact is a good cop is Sergeant Barrows when he said that the light was cracked.
Yeah.
It wasn't missing. It wasn't shattered. It wasn't broken. It was cracked. My screen, the screen on my phone, cracked.
It's cracked.
It's not broken, cracked.
That
Right?
might be because that might be causing your mic a little bit to be staticky.
Yeah.
But I think it's because Tom yells into it with passion and all this passion all the time.
I'm also in a different room. The
In a different
acoustics here,
location.
the acoustics are a little different in where I'm at. So sorry. By the way, I'm sorry about. I slept for like a whole day, so I don't care how I look. I'm sorry.
All good.
I got so much rest, dude. It was so good. When's the last time you slept like 13 hours straight?
Never. Never.
It's been a long time, and then you get up and you do it again. So good, bud.
Like 5 to 6 hours a night. That's it. Only like 5 to 6 hours a night.
Yeah. I got a friggin' boatload last. It was so good. Oh my God. What a recharge.
Well, let's talk about some of the most current events here. We had, let's bring this up first.
Well,
and I thought this was interesting.
The trials get moved.
What's that?
The trials got bumped back. So thank God we got some breathing room here, right?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the trial. We had the DOJ that just did an investigation of the Worcester Police Department and found all the naughty things they were doing. How can that
be, Brian? How can it be? I don't, and maybe Enrique knew about that.
Don't know. And that's the thing. We're going to talk about this. A lot of people are coming to me and saying, what is the scoop? What is the skinny? I've only had a couple of sources come forward to me. I've written some articles about it, but everything that has been put out there is only speculation. Now, I've talked to Enrique's family the other night after the Star Drive-In event. I want to talk about that. That is just so great. That was probably one of the funnest Free Karen Reed events that I've been to. I mean, it was great. It was fun. But I just want to get this on the record, talk about this. So we had the fundraiser. I had a call. Actually, I had a text message from Enrique's sister. I've been in contact. And they said, thank you so much for the billboard. Thank you so much for what you did. And I was glad that I got that positive reaction because I did do it without the family really knowing. It's something I just wanted to do. And I wanted to get out there, built the website, put the billboard up. And I want people to be aware because no one is talking about this case. Yes, we had media when it first, we had the press conference, Joe Early. We had a little bit of media in the beginning. We had cadets that stood out, talked a little bit about it, but it has been silent almost 90 days. Saturday will be the 90-day mark, 90 days on Saturday. And they are holding a standout in Worcester. I will get the particular details again for that and post it up.
It's Saturday.
Facebook.
I think it's Saturday.
Saturday, 2 to 5 up in Worcester. But
definitely think we should push that one, Brian. We need a lot of people there.
So something that I wanted to do for the family and give back to them because no one's talking about this. And I've been tweeting constantly at the governor, constantly at the attorney general, constantly at the Mass State Police, writing all over their posts, all over Facebook, and there's nothing. I've written David Meyer quite a few times, getting nothing back. The special investigator, so finally I had the opportunity. I just picked the phone. I said, I'm just going to call her. I picked the phone up. I called Enrique's sister, and you could hear the joy in her voice. And she just said, thank you so much for what you've done because we can't let this go silent. And no one's talking about it. And they said they've just been in this big legal battle. No one's giving any information. The state's not giving any information. They have no medical examiner's report, so I can confirm that. They're not getting it. So what is going on? And now I'm getting disappointed in their lawyers because Tom and I were talking about this off air. Are they fighting hard enough? Do we need to raise more money for this family to put a lawyer in place that is going to fight and say, 90 days is too long. 90 days is too long. We need to get some answers here. We want a medical examiner's report. We want all of the reports of the investigation up to this date. Point zero there. That's what we want. Where's the video? There's supposed to be a video that happened. But this all comes down to this, Tom, and I'll let you speak a second. Hang on. It all comes down to this. 90 days. And I talked about this on my Twitter spaces last night. I had Orange Kool-Aid in there. We were talking. I said, you know what? This now speaks of something bigger, and it speaks of cover-up, because you know this, Tom. If this was an accident, if this was truly an accident, a medical crisis, as they described it, we would have known something within probably a few days to a week. Hey, this is what happened. Here's the report. This is the blurred video of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We would have heard something. What do you think, Tom?
Well, first off, right, I remember at the very beginning, they said he was found unresponsive, right?
Right.
Somebody said that, whether it was at a press conference or whether it was published in the paper,
Right.
or like the news, one or the other, or an article or whatever. Well, who found him unresponsive?
Right.
What was it, a cadet? Was it the people that wrote the report about the ambulance ride? Because they have to write a report when they come across a body and they pick them up and put them on the stretcher, right? What do they do to the body or a person? Think about this, Brian. What's the first thing they do to somebody when they pick them up and put them on a stretcher? They put an IV in there.
Right. Start getting vitals. Do you have
Bingo,
vitals?
right? Yeah, exactly. They have to report that, right? They have to sit down when they get back and say, this is what I did. Where is that information?
Right. There's nothing. There's no report. There's nothing.
Now, when he goes in,
gotten zero time.
Now, when they go, the call goes from the ambulance to the emergency room. Heads up, we're coming in hot. They roll up. Out it comes right into a trauma room. There's a special room set in the ER for just the trauma. Right into the trauma room. Now, everyone that's in there has to come back and say, this is what I did to save this person, or this is what I did for whatever, right? They have to document everything. Every nurse that was in there, the doctor that was in there that pronounced, everybody. Where are those reports? Because those happened. Those are not opinions. Those are factual things.
Were pushed out of those rooms. They were told not to speak.
It all has to be documented. I spoke to this person to ask them to leave the premises.
Yeah.
Where's the documents?
Reports.
Where is it? Show me.
Right.
Again, show me, right?
Right. And then we saw the family afterwards outside Worcester, UMass Worcester, saying,
Brian,
look, they ran away. They ran away. They don't want to answer any questions. Saying broken teeth, broken nose, broken ankle. That doesn't sound like a medical crisis or a boxing injury to me. That's a beating.
That's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. So here's what happened. Here's my opinion. So let's just put this out there. This is what I think happened. I think they gave him a blanket party. They take a blanket, they throw it over your head, and everyone takes a shot at you.
Full Metal Jacket.
You get beaten, and you get beaten, right? By
Full
all the
Metal
people.
Jacket.
So if people didn't want to, that's a known thing. So people have to plan that.
Right.
Somebody has to say, I'll do this, I'll do that. You hold them, I'll put the blanket over them, and everyone lines up and takes a shot, right? That's the only way a person like Enrique gets that hurt. There's no other way, Brian. He could defend himself. He was in shape. Same with John O'Keefe. There's no way a bumper or a taillight is going to bump into him and make him go 3,000 feet in 8 different directions. It ain't happening.
Right.
John's 6 foot. He takes. How big was Enrique? How tall? 6 feet something? Again, right? He was a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't getting pushed over, Brian. The first punch didn't knock him out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so this is what they're telling us, that it was an accident. How do they know that this is an accident?
Medical crisis during a training exercise.
I will tell you that the information, and anytime that an ambulance from the outside goes to the premises of the state police, you have an air of responsibility to the state police, regardless of where you're going to go and see whoever's hurt. When you roll into that premises in that ambulance, the ambulance drivers, they now feel a higher duty to the state police. That is the corruption right then and there, Brian. The 100%. Minute they turn onto that property, there's a corruption level. Now
100%.
show me all the troopers that stand behind what Enrique. Where are they?
Right.
Do they have like a purple ribbon campaign, Brian?
I haven't
What
seen anything.
is it? A yellow, purple? What color ribbon are they wearing for Enrique? Are
The
they
only
wearing the
one,
black thing over their badge? And I'm
right.
just curious.
The only
You
ones
know?
that have been doing anything are people behind independent media and all these people here in this chat room that have been making a rally cry for this family because they're not getting any answers. Let's just pause on that for a second. Let me just acknowledge this real quick. Scott, thank you so much. 12-month membership says stay safe, stay true, and this shall pass. Thank you, Scott. Mod Squad, 5 gifted memberships. You are the best. Welcome new members, and you've also been a member for 4 months. Dewey, let me get to this. $5 says if Karen were guilty, all the Ring cameras would have been working. 100% true. 100% true. And Patricia, thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate that. I want to just bring some focus and attention to everybody on the website that I've built, and it's justiceforenrique.com. This is probably singly one of the most important websites that we talk about besides KarenReed.net. But this one is particularly very important because there is nothing being spoken about this in the state of Massachusetts. And that's why I'm going to keep ringing the bell, trying to move the needle, and just doing everything that I can to get all eyes on this. And I'm just encouraging people, please, if someone knows something, and I did actually talk to a friend of his the other day, made contact with them today. They worked with Enrique up at the courthouse, and they will be speaking with me, and I'm going to try to get them to come on the show.
Awesome.
They're going to tell us a little bit about, what he was like, what his work life was up at the courthouse, and, if anything, if they know anything. But I want everybody to take aware of this website. So it's justiceforenrique.com, and it's FOR, not the number 4. You have a QR code there to support the family. If you want to scan that, it goes directly to their GoFundMe. They have a goal of $60,000. I want to get them to that goal. Hopefully, they can use this money to hire lawyers to get them answers. Start banging the gavel. Start getting the answers out there. I have a brief description of what happened. As we know, what happened to Enrique. I have the counter. 88 days without answers.
Unbelievable.
And here, you can demand answers. Click on all these tiles, and you can write all these individuals that are involved. The Mass State Police, Governor Maura Healey, Attorney General Andrea Campbell. And then I also have a support tile as well. You can click on that if you want to support the family direct to their GoFundMe.
Can we talk about the family real quick?
Yes, sir.
The fact that Joe Early held a press conference without an interpreter there is a freaking insult.
Rude.
It's more insulting than his cops having sex with prostitutes on the clock.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. What's up with Joe Early? Did Enrique know something about Joe Early that maybe he shouldn't? Because Joe Early isn't screaming for answers. I don't hear anything from Joe Early. Joe, can you wake up, bud? Hey, Joe, wake up, buddy. Joe, you're alive?
Oh, where are you, Joe? I just thought it was funny that
he worked for him. He knew Enrique personally. And 90 days?
Yeah. I just think it's funny that a minute that press conference happened in front of the family, that surprise. I'm going to tell you, I know this for a fact. They were not prepared for that. That was the only way that they could have got out of that specific area to walk past the media. This was a setup. So they actually were there to pick up belongings of Enrique and to meet with some of his coworkers. When they came out of the room, that's the area that they had to get ushered by, and they had to stand in front of the media and do this press conference, which was ridiculous. And then Joe Early gets up there, and what did he say? Oh, I don't want anything, but I'm not getting involved in this.
He doxed them on live television.
Right.
They had no idea. They weren't even asked if they wanted to be on television. They said, stand here, and they did.
Yep.
They didn't even say it. They didn't understand.
It's uncomfortable.
Brian, that's a crime what he did in itself. I'm sorry. Yeah. You don't do that to somebody, to anybody, let alone somebody that worked in your office, dude.
I know.
Joe, you knew him personally, Joe, and you're acting like this. Shame on you.
So what we did here on LTL Media, through the power of the pen, I decided to do something about this and give essentially a Christmas gift to the Delgado Garcia family and fight for them. So I reached out to this company, Lamar. They make billboards, digital billboard, and I put this graphic together of what happened in Trooper Delgado Garcia. And said, we want answers. It has the website on there, and I had to put the disclaimer on there that it was paid by LTL Media. And I'm really ecstatic and happy that Lamar took this on, because I know it's probably something a little bit out of their wing. They don't usually want to get involved in, social media, social justice media campaigns. But I had an amazing rep. His name is Mike. He knows the area very well. He knows his billboards. He knows where the Free Karen Reed billboard was. And the two that I was looking at, this is the main one that I wanted, because one, right in the Hertz parking lot, which is on the left-hand side of the road if you're driving north. Gillette Stadium is right there, so it goes right into the outlet area where you can get into all the shopping. So it's right out front. And then in the opposite direction, south, you're about a quarter mile from the Foxborough State Police Barracks. And I wanted that there. So every day that a state police trooper got out on a Route 1 and drove up and down that road, that they would see the sign. Now, I'm actually going to be talking to my rep again, and I may do it in the opposite direction for a 10-day campaign, so they'll run at the same time. So I may be putting that together as well. So one will be in Walpole, down where I believe the Dunkin' Donuts is. So you'll hit it coming south. Yeah,
right there in your face. I know that one. Yep.
And you'll get one coming north. So this is my, and I told them this was my Christmas gift to them. We need to keep this case alive. It's very, very important. And I'm going to keep banging the gavel here and just trying to keep talk about this, because his family doesn't deserve this. The family doesn't deserve this at all.
Well, I don't know. There's like, you could take a string and plot it on a board, and you could actually connect Sandra Birchmore and her unborn baby to Enrique. You know that? If you,
how so?
I don't want to get into it, but there's a way.
Okay. I think I've heard a few things. I think I've heard a few. Go ahead.
You know how Morrissey is in with Norfolk County?
Yeah.
Imagine this. Imagine Joe Early being the same for Worcester County. And you ready? Imagine if them two were like those were like the little low men on the totem pole that were just told what to do. Think about that. That's who we're dealing with. That's the power that we're dealing with. That the DAs are the little guys. Right. So when we're going after like Tully and Fanning and Proctor and Buchanan, like they're insignificant. Morrissey is still insignificant. It's the people above him that allow this to go on. This has to be this. If this isn't sanctioned, I don't know what the heck is, man. There's no way.
Do you think that
John was taken out for a reason? John, I believe, my opinion, I think that was intentional. I think John found something and I connected these dots and these strings and they took him up. My thought.
Do you think that all these, I guess, outside cases that have come up, we've heard about, obviously, the Worcester
Are they outside cases, Brian?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying all these things outside from what we normally talk about. So you have the Worcester Police Department, okay? And this is not the only time that they've been involved in this, because they were involved in a wiretapping scandal that was like not too long ago that was ousted by the FBI. So they're doing illegal wiretapping during drugs things that got busted by the DOJ. You now have this prostitution sting along with racial ties to it. There was a gentleman that was like 55 years old that was tased and punched in the face. So you have assault from police officers that was actually caught on camera.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if all of these I want to say these little stepping stones. We have Karen Reed, Sandra Birchmore, Justin Root. We now have Enrique Delgado Garcia, Worcester Police Department. All these are little things that are popping up. We had the state police scandal with all of the, the money scandal,
Overtime. Aiden broke up that
right.
overtime thing, right? And a bunch of other stuff that we just didn't. We thought it was a one-off. The CDL scandal, Brian.
Yeah. Do you think that the FBI and the DOJ are sitting back and they're going, keep it coming, boys? Are they building the case? Is this what's going to happen? We building the case and then they're going to all spring it at once?
I was talking about that this morning. It's funny you mentioned that. Can you see them sitting around the water cooler laughing about what they did? You ready for this? They did this last weekend. I mean, I'm sure that's conversation amongst them in a room somewhere in Josh Levy's office, right? How can it not be?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they're just building the case against Morrissey, but now you're starting to think, does this go higher than him? Do they want to get to the higher person?
Didn't the FBI just say they let something happen? Because they had to? I think it's all connected, Brian. Again, that string, you can connect that string from boom, 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 boom. And again, it's higher than we think. And that's what we did.
Someone just said Molly Bish too. Absolutely. Scott says, yep, Worcester County DA state trooper detectives caught wiretapping by the feds via Judge Lecanto, catching them doing it all in Fitchburg District Court. He and the feds. I mean, it's just, we talk about draining the swamp all the time. I mean, it's a fucking swamp here in Massachusetts. And I thought, like, if a swamp can't get swampier than Jersey, it's definitely here in swamp Massachusetts.
And they bring the Jersey guy, the guy that lives in Jersey, to come and run the state police, right?
Yeah, I know.
Of all people, Brian.
Of all people, the swamps.
Right?
And look, they got fucking Tom. They got drones flying all over in Jersey right now, and no one knows what's going on.
Again, string, right, Brian? How that string's all connected dots, A, B. Yeah. And the problem is this, right? Is the stuff that we know, right? I'm sure there's a whole bunch of stuff I know that you can't.
Yeah.
Right? Our strings we can connect. Boom, 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 boom. Where unfortunately people that are listening, that's where that trust comes in, right? So there's a lot we can't talk about.
Exactly.
But yeah, we can still connect that string, and we can't tell you why we put that string where we did, but we can.
Right.
That's that line, Brian. And we do our best, and that's all we can do. So
all we can do. Let's talk about the fundraiser the other night. Let's talk about that a little bit. So I didn't know this because I asked you, because I heard, when I got down there, we walked around. The crafts were amazing. People were so creative. Everybody was so nice and giving. I mean, Star Driving always has amazing food. Erica always puts on a great event. I'm really sad that in March, that's going to be the end of Erica's tenure at Star, and it's sad, because she's in a battle with the fucking landowner, and I don't want to see Star go away. I was really heartbroken. I spoke to her again a little bit about it at the end of the night, and I said, "Is there any way?" And she said, "No, I think I'm just going to be done." And it sucks because it's a great landmark as far as the community. A lot of people really enjoy and love going there, but it's also been a main staple of a lot of fundraising for the Karen Reed movement. And anyway, so I got down there. I know you were there really, really early, and I didn't know this. You were involved with a lot of the setup. And I went through kind of the float field, and you actually put a lot of that together. That's great.
Me, Skip, and Jennifer, and a couple of my mods just start laying stuff out and banging in stakes and just plugging stuff in, and that's what we got. And again, the people, the supporters, and Brian, that's one of the I keep hopping on it. We have the best freaking supporters ever. They bought these floats and they donated them, and then people buy them. So, like, Karen gets twice the amount of revenue from a blow up. That wins. That's a good thing,
right?
So, and again, anything we do to help Karen raise up. You know how much money it costs to fly somebody in? Think about this for a second.
It's very expensive.
This expense, Brian? It's like $7,000 to $8,000 for one day to have an expert come in. You got to fly him, you got to feed him, You have to bring them to court, transportation, right? All for Auntie Bev to say, yeah,
Come back.
you're only getting 5 minutes.
Yeah, come back. We'll see you tomorrow.
So we're at the mercy of that.
Right.
So
Like what they were trying to do to Dr. Russell when she had to come in.
right.
They sat with her to and I forgot the name of the proceeding they had, but it was to basically qualify, her voir dire, to qualify her expertise. And they're like, oh, do you think you can come back on Monday? She's like, you want me to fucking fly out and come back? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. But it's all
like she lives on the street, you know.
Yeah.
So again, right? If Karen Reed has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this didn't happen, the ACA guys, which proved it didn't happen, but that's a whole other story, right? She's got to get a whole other set of people that has to prove it doesn't happen. All costs money. It does cost real money. We have to give her that in order for her to fight, because that's the only thing we have. We have no other defense, because we can't go to the DA. We can't go to this. We those avenues are out. The only avenue we have to help anybody is financial, unfortunately, because that's what they're throwing against us. And they know they have an unlimited budget. Look at Helena. She got the shooting range. She's gonna use that shooting range to practice shooting when they can't even use the same weapons that they carry.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. You're gonna practice on something you're not gonna use. It's just a money dump.
Yeah, it's a money dump.
Move money around. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let's go back to the fundraiser really quick. There were a couple of, it was, like I said, it was a great time. I got to see tons of supporters and amazing people down there. It was nice to touch hands with all of you again, take some photos, be down there for a good cause. You know, I went down and bought a lot of crafts and food and just wanted to support the drive itself. I know you donated a lot of your time. You did a live from down there, which was great. And it was really nice to see, you know, the creators that could make it there. I know Aiden was there, Mazza Media, myself, you, Boston Mike was there. I saw Dana down there from Resistance to Silence. It was nice to see him come through. And, you know, we had a really good time.
Brian, again, we have the best people.
Yeah, it was great.
The people that come out to support Karen are just, I can't say enough nice things about them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there was a saying back in when I was a cop. They said 90% of the population are really, really good people. 10% are the people you deal with. Yeah. So like you deal with the same drunks every weekend. You know, the same guy that's, you know, but the 90%, Brian, we get that 90%. Those are our supporters. Those are the people that support Karen. And it's the other way around now, right?
It's real salt of the earth people.
It's such a solid support group of ours. That support group of awesome people that always show up. That group of people, I just so love them, because that's what makes me do what I do. Those people that I meet, that I love your show. I watch you, Mike, and blah, blah. And again, right? That's all we got, Brian.
Yeah.
Right.
It's real salt of the earth people.
You know, if that's not like Rich yesterday, man, what a great guy. I am so happy. I woke up today and thought about Rich. I'm like, he doesn't have to deal with this now. So happy he doesn't. I am so happy for that guy. I really legitimately, in my chest, so happy. You know, but that's what we're dealing with, Brian.
It's ridiculous. They got to bring him back. They got to bring him back in January to face littering charges now. I mean, come on. Listen,
he made the Associated Press. That's a win.
That is a win. It's a win for free speech. Hey, so when Tom gets, listen to this. I just want to let everybody know that wasn't at the fundraiser. So Tom's out there. Again, Tom, I love you. You're salt of earth guy. All these people that come out, salt of the earth. It's always a good time when I get to see you and we get to talk. But Tommy goes up to me. He goes, hey, where are you going to be in a couple minutes? I said, I'll be walking around. He goes, going to get you over the microphone. You're going to do a speech. I'm like, I fucking like, you get me a screen, a camera, and a mic. I'm good. But public speaking, but I want to show all the speeches, and I apologize. I know Mazza did one as well, but I couldn't find it. But if someone has the Mazza speech and they have a link to it, if they captured it, send it to me. Let's Talk Live Podcast at gmail.com. Just let me know in the chat that you had it, and I'll bring it up. But I want to play all the little speeches that we had. So we had Tom get up first. I think Aiden was next, Mazza, and then myself, because I was trying to like avoid doing it. But I want to play these because they were special, and it was a nice address to the crowd. So let's play Tom's first. Great, Tom. So it's so good.
Karen needs a lot of good defense people, and if you want to help, please donate. The QR codes, freekarenread.net. QR codes on my website. It's on all the streaming sites on YouTube. Please donate. Please free Karen Read, and none of us got any quit. Thanks.
There's a little bit more. That was the clip I think Mazda got.
Money, Karen.
So we had Tom up there. Joni, if you have it, send me if you have it posted on one of the justice sites or whatever, just send me the link. My email address is letstalklivepodcast@gmail.com, and I'll pull it up. So we had Tom had his speech, which was a little bit longer, and it was great. I loved it. And then Aiden get up there. Let's play Aiden. I know Mazda caught this one.
Yes, I just want to echo what Tom said. Today would have been. Yes, I just want to echo what Tom said. Today would have been John O'Keefe's 49th birthday. Unfortunately, he was murdered by the McAlberts inside.
You send me it, Mazda. Put it in.
And
sorry, hang on 1 second. Mazda, send me the link in X, and I'll pull it up. All right, let me go back. I don't want to interrupt this.
Yes, I just want to echo what Tom said. Today would have been John O'Keefe's 49th birthday. Unfortunately, he was murdered by the McAlberts inside Brian Albert's home, and an innocent woman was framed, and that's why we're all here today. So it's been like, what, 20 months of this? Like, I've lost track of how long we've been doing this for. Hopefully this is the last fundraiser we have here or anywhere, because this needs to end. It's gone on for far too long. It's a complete injustice. And it's going to end. It's going to have a happy ending because of all you fine people. And so I just want to, again, thank Erica Madden for putting this amazing event on. She does great work.
Great.
She does great work. And all the volunteers and all the people who brought their crafts out here and who are donating their money to a great cause, because this is going to be an expensive second trial. They're really going to, on Thursday this week, they got to fly in Dr. Marie Russell so she can prove to them that she knows what she's talking about, even though she's already done that.
Right.
And they're going to make her do it again. So that's just another example of, them running up the bill. And, because Marie Russell she got to sleep somewhere, and she got to fly here somehow. She got to eat, and that costs money. And it's like you literally have to pay to prove your innocence. So that's why events like this are important, because Karen Read is fighting for all of us, and so, like I said, she was by herself before all this happened, and, she had her friends and her family, obviously, but now she has an army of people out here who are supporting her. So thank everybody who showed up tonight, and thank Erica for putting this whole shindig on, and I love all you guys. Merry Christmas.
That's great. That's a great speech. I don't know if Mazda's still in the room. Mazda, sent it. All right, good. All right, I want to pull Mazda's. Well, I got. So Mazda goes, and I go, I can't fucking follow that.
Yep. Yeah.
Let me hang on a second. All right, let me go back. I'm like, I can't follow that speech. This is all right. Let me bring this up. Here we go.
Mazda, buddy. You probably don't need the table.
I don't need the table.
Because he's so
I'm worried about standing on that thing might break, Tommy. Let's see. All right. We'll get that. There we go. This might break. We'll see. But
Sky seats.
Free Karen Read is what we've all been here for a long time. We're continuing to fight. We're continuing to stand tall. And that's the most important thing. Alan Jackson stood outside of the courthouse sometime in the spring, I think, of 2023 and said, "We ain't got no quit." And once again, today, we're displaying that. This first trial ended in an absolute controversy. It was an absolute joke. It was disgusting what happened. And now they've had to take it to the appellate court to basically fight for Karen Read's counts 1 and counts 3 to be thrown out. We're not going to give up. We're not going to quit, folks. We're all here today. Thank you guys for all being here, because it's all of us that contribute to all of this. And that's the most important part. It's a movement of the people that are fighting against corruption that goes on in our state. It could happen to any one of us. We all know that. We're going to continue to fight this thing as long as it goes. And I believe that these people out there that are behind us are going to try to fight this as long as they can, because they certainly are. They're trying to double down going into a second trial. They don't want to back down. But the thing is, we're tougher than they are. We're more resilient than they are, and we ain't got no quit. That's always going to be. That's right, folks. We got this. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus for the rest of us, and Happy Holidays, of course, to everybody out there. And take care. It's so good to see all you guys today, and I love you guys all. So, thank you. Thanks, Dad. All right.
So
I
that
love Mazda. I
Right,
love
so-
when he talks, man. He's
right,
so right for
then
money.
he goes, and then the mic gets passed to me. I'm like, okay, how the hell can I follow that? I've never really done a lot of public speaking. I can get on it. I can get on in front of a camera and a microphone and be fine. So I get to pop up. I get to do a little speech, and I don't know how the hell I sounded, but it was pretty good. It actually turned out
Good.
pretty good.
For
All
coming
right, well,
down here, for Erica to host this venue here at Star. I've been down here, quite a few times, and it's such an amazing thing to see all this community come together and to do this before Christmas, because this is what matters. And Karen really, like Turtle Boy was saying, if it wasn't for Turtle Boy, we all wouldn't be here. So we need to give him a round of applause for doing this and allowing us to be here. But Karen, like we were just saying, Karen's got a big fight against her right now, and she needs things like this to keep this trial going, to be able to fly in her amazing attorneys that have done such a great job. And I cannot believe that we're going 2.0 here. But you all make a difference in all of this. Every single voice, every single person here, the unity that's in this crowd right now, we all need to stay together. Division is not, we can't have division right now. And I appreciate everything that you all do for us. I appreciate everything you do for Karen and all of these fine people that are here today. And it's such a great thing to be down here and reconnect with everybody and see all these smiling faces. All the people that put on this amazing event behind us, the craft fair. I walked through, we grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I look forward to doing more of this. So thank you all.
Hopefully not.
Right.
But I think people understand what I meant.
Right.
It was a great time. It really was a great time, and it was very festive. It felt good to do this before the holiday, whatever holiday you do celebrate. And it's such great people, and everybody everywhere we turned. There was so much love, and there was hugging and a lot of photographs, and to go down there and touch hands with people. That's what makes the big difference in all of this. So
It's never a bad time when you get Karen Reed supporters around, Brian. Never. They're all awesome, dynamite, solid people.
I agree. So I just, like I said, I wanted to come on and just do a quick, about an hour today. I got some plans I got to do here this afternoon. Tommy jumping on with me, and Tom, shout out your channel so everybody can go over and subscribe to you.
Seeking Justice with Tom and Boston Mike. We do like the morning stuff. So I know that some people haven't caught it yet, but yeah, we do pretty constant with the shows, and we're pretty good. And Mike's great co-host. So it's a good time.
Mike's awesome.
Real good time.
Yeah, let me do. Hang on, I'm going to drop the link in there. So if everybody hasn't already, please go over and subscribe to the channel. I always pop in on the mornings that I can. Make sure to give them a like, a share, check out their videos. They do a really good job of kind of recapping everything that might happen over the week or throughout, the day. And you guys give your commentary on it. So it's really good.
So it also, again, I got to give a shout out to my mods who just dynamite. I mean, for some reason, I don't know how, but God put these amazing people in my life that just care nothing but for me. And Brian, again, I didn't ask for this. I just held the camera and look at where I'm at.
Yeah.
So just that alone, right? And Brian, you're going to get more threats. It's going to get more personal. That means you're over the target. That means that you're doing something right.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd be nobody. Okay. And if they're bothering with you, they're not bothering with Karen.
Yeah.
Right. So let them bother me. I don't care. Let them bother you, because they're not focusing on her.
Right. I agree.
So I'll take that hit any day. Bring it. I don't care. I just don't.
I agree.
What I care about is, Karen Reed was getting railroaded. John O'Keefe, who just didn't deserve that,
Yeah.
And Sandra Birchmore, again, they changed that from one determination to another. Why hasn't the investigation been reopened? By the Canton Police Department, right? They're too busy looking at 36 pages, Brian, of rubber ducks.
Rubber ducks.
We're trying to talk about rubber ducks now.
That's
We're
more
gonna
important.
talk about rubber ducks. Really?
Yeah.
In of all people, this poor guy, Rich, who's the greatest guy in the world, you're gonna try and railroad him.
Yep.
Good luck with that one. Didn't work
We're gonna
out too good. Now
bring
they
him
did
back
it with Aiden, but look at what they did to him. They sent him to jail, dude.
and we'll
They
bring
took
Rich
another
back.
step. They took his freedom to shut him up because he's over the target. He's not wrong.
Yeah, we'll bring
So-
Rich back in January for littering charges. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But it was a victory for free speech the other day, and this is a great thing. It's a great thing.
Yep.
All right. Well,
We
I'm going to do
They
this.
have
I'm going to.
course, Brian, and listen, anytime you get like anything questionable,
Yeah.
right? Don't touch it. Take a picture of it and give me a ring.
I will.
And
I will.
we'll take it from there because, again, we didn't ask for that,
Right.
right? And here you are getting harassed and stalked and all this stuff, right? Yeah, you got to start questioning stuff. There's no need for that,
Right.
right? So I, at my own risk, I guess, just brush it off and just keep going because it's going to happen. And it's going to happen again, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're still going to document it though, Brian. So I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Listen, I'm moving on. I hope this person can move on. I think my message is clear. That's why I want to come on and document this on a live today. It's not threatening. It's just saying, hey, stop harassing me. Let's move on. You have your
Yep.
life. I got mine. I get it. You disagree. We've got the message. We get it. And we'll move on. Let me just get this real quick. Janelle Grace, $5 says, Brian, can Enrique's family request medical records from UMass? As a nurse, I believe they may reveal important information if staff documented it well. They are getting nothing. 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 No.
Brilliant. Exactly. She's absolutely right, Brian. She's 100%. Anyone that was in that room has to write a report.
I agree.
Where is it? Where is it?
Nada. Nothing. Zero.
Thank you, Joe Early.
I just talked to his sister on Sunday. Nada. She told me nothing. Zero. But we'll keep fighting here on LTL Media. And I know all the other respected channels will keep talking about this as well. If you're looking for the billboard, it's right outside Gillette Stadium in the Hertz parking lot. You drive by, show your support, take photos, post this shit everywhere. I want that fucking billboard on everybody's social media. If you need a video of it, you can come here on my channel, grab the video, post it on your social media, tag the state police, tag Governor Maura Healey, tag the Attorney General Andrew Campbell, tag Noble, whoever you need to tag President Trump. I don't know, incoming President Trump, tag him, let everybody know. Let's get this out there and get the word out there. Go ahead, Tom.
Brian, real quick, right? I don't know if you know, right? But in my past, I wrote a letter to the director of the Environmental Protection Agency, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. She read it personally.
Read it.
She did. She came to New Bedford and gave the town $7 million to clean up the contaminated school because of my letter.
That's awesome.
You don't think I have contacts that are still within those?
Well, start getting some contacts, Tommy.
We're in the middle of gathering some data so we can create a broad letter to let people know who need to know. Hey, you need to tell Josh to hurry up, or Josh, give us a message that you're listening to us, right?
Right.
He did Farwell, right? Listen, we got it. We got Sandra Birchmore and her baby. Right? Give us another message, Josh, that you're with us.
Yeah. Something.
That's all, because it's getting bad with Enrique, and to hear nothing, that just ain't flying.
Yeah.
90 days, Brian. 90. You're gonna put a billboard up, dude, to get attention. That's a problem. That's a problem.
It's a problem. It is a problem. And I'm gonna try to continue.
We have the best people behind us to address this. Thank you, God. Right.
Right. Listen, I want to bring some attention before we head off air today. Nick Rocco and I teamed up to. I had these signed
Nick,
prints.
Awesome. I love Nick.
I love Nick. I have these signed print from Karen when we're at the benefit fundraiser. She signed it, and then we have another one that's going up probably next week that includes her whole family on there. So the photo is a 24 by 36. It's not framed, just for shipping purposes. If I send it in a frame, it's going to get smashed. It's going to get ruined. So we'll protect it. We'll put it in its own tube. You can frame it any way you want. It's a $20 dono to get into it, and you have all the particulars here. And I'll drop the link in there. I really need people get on this because it's only up to about $280 right now, and we can do better than that. I'd love to see, I'd love to see $1,000, $2,000, something like that.
Yep,
It would make
we can
a
do
nice,
that.
nice.
We
gift.
need things like that, people. We really
Right.
do. And again, Erica still has carnations left. I mean, poinsettias left at
Poinsettias,
the
right.
drive-in. That
Right.
helps Karen, right?
Yeah.
This helps Karen.
Yeah,
This
100%.
is important. This is absolutely important. Please take it and share it on your Facebook page.
Yep.
And ask people to share it. Get it out there.
Yeah, it's signed by Karen. Then we're gonna have the other one that goes up, I think, next week, or maybe when Nick runs it, that'll be signed by Bill, Janet, Nathan, and Karen. So, but this one, it's special. It's Karen all by herself. It's that David Yannetti photo that is so captivating. And I always say this is kind of the fuck you photo. I love this one, the fuck you photo. And this was taken inside the church that Karen was waiting in, which has an incredible amount of history. And I mean, the history goes all the way back to the Revolutionary War. And the thing that's insane about that church is, in the church, there is a ballroom that was used at the time of the Revolutionary War to house and help soldiers that were injured. That's crazy.
It's a hospital. Makeshift hospital.
Hospital.
Yep. Wasn't even a hospital. Just bring them to the house.
Bring them to the house.
And they did it.
But if everybody can get behind this, it's $20 to get into it. There'll be a raffle off, and it's going to end on 12/15. We still have 5 more days to get into this campaign, and it has all the instructions there on how to get involved in it. And I would love for people to go over and help and share that on all socials as well.
And again, that's how you help Karen, right?
Yeah.
Because our other avenues have been taken away because of who they've put in place to block it. So we have to just go around it and do it financially to support her. And if that's what we got to do, we got to do it, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
All right, Tommy.
But, listen, I can't thank the people that are watching right now so much, because you people are the reasons that I do it. So, and Brian gets the same amount out of it. So
yeah,
the people that are watching, thank you very much for watching and supporting us for doing what we do. Because it's sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's really like today, Brian. I mean, some days you got to swallow it. It's
tough some days.
It sucks, and you just got to do it. So.
Yeah. I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to make a little bit of a public statement before I go off air, and then I'm going to end the show. But I want to thank you for jumping up with me. It's been a while since you've been here. I'd love to get you and Mike back into the studio at some point.
Definitely.
We'll sit down and have a conversation. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And Tom, I appreciate your time today. And again, it's been great reconnecting with you. And I always love you. You know that. I love you.
We got court Thursday, Friday, bud.
Thursday, Friday court for Karen, where they're going to basically say, there's going to be a motion to basically say that it is on record that they are moving the trial to April. I believe that's what that is. And then Friday is what? Aiden on Friday. So all the particulars
in both courthouses, remember?
Yeah.
2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in 2 different courthouses.
Right. Yeah. So look out for those court dates if you're going to go down there. Lacey says, this was a great interview. Thanks, Tom. Tommy's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Tommy's the first guest that ever came in here. So I love having him on, and it's good to reconnect with him. And Tom,
I'm going back to bed with my friend's dog. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll sleep for another 12 hours.
Bye-bye. Tom's great. Okay. Wow. That was really great. Nice comeback stream. It's been a little while since I've jumped on here. I apologize, because I think what happens sometimes, I might talk and Tom might talk a little bit. I don't want to be rude that I'm talking over him. It's just, we both lead shows. So when you're kind of the A in the show, you don't know sometimes space, but we're animated. We love doing this. And I always love Tom having over here. Listen, I want to make a quick public statement before we go off air today. And I hope that they are watching, or they'll see this on replay, or someone can get the message to them. Okay. I know that there has been some controversy that has gone on over the last couple of weeks that involved some calling out You know, and I don't want to get into all the particulars of the people. Okay, I'm just going to direct this to particular two people in general. I want to make a public olive branch, if you want to say that, to Dana and Tracy on the Resistance to Silence channel. I want to extend an olive branch to both of you, to hopefully that we can squash our quarrels. I know that Aiden kind of cleared things up with them the other day, but I want to put this out there as well too. Let's move on. So my public olive branch is out there to both of you. If you accept it, I would love to hear something. If not, and you silently want to just move on, that's perfectly fine. There will never be an issue going forward. And hopefully we can all remain united and together as one. As far as the other stuff that's going on, well, I have my take on that. I'm not going to speak on it, and just let that all unfold as it may be. But again, I think that in my personal opinion, maybe Dana and Tracy might have got caught up in a little bit. It didn't see that it was coming. I talked about this on my spaces last night. I think this still has a lot to do with Sean behind the scenes, firing up a lot of these people. I was kicked out of his Facebook group and many other groups. I know Aiden was kicked out of Sean's group last night, and there's been a big declaration to not support any of us, which, you know, again, that's continuing division where we have sat here over the last, I don't know, last couple of weeks and said, we all need to stay unified and stay as one. But again, this is just my thought. I want to go on the record and just say, public olive branch, let's just move on. Let's continue with doing. The most important thing right now is that we must rally between now and April. Karen needs us, and all the other people that are involved in these cases that we cover, they all need us. So we need to be there if we can, together as one, not divided, and just remain, you know, remain headstrong in all this, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And I just feel if you're having a tough break and you're having a tough time with this, take a break. It's okay. I went off YouTube for like a week and I felt good when I came back. It's okay to do that. So again, I don't want any beef. Resistance Silence channel, I think everything has been said. You know, I'd love to work it out. I think Dana and Tracy, what they're doing on their platform, keep doing what you're doing. Interview those, you know, Canton people, -1, but get those stories down there. And I think you're doing a great job. So that's going to be it. I'm not going to talk about it. I just wanted to just say this, and hopefully they'll get this message, and we'll move on. But anyway, let's end this. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate it. It was a nice stream to come back. The 11 o'clock spot felt pretty good. I can go on with my day. I'm going to be back tonight on the Collier and Brian channel. I believe, what time do we have that scheduled at? I think it's 8 o'clock. And if anybody wants to come over and chill and watch that, they can. 8 p.m. Collier, Landry, and myself will do our kind of standalone channel. And oops, not that. Do it. Not that link. Let's delete that. Hang on. Of course, my chat's not loading. One of my mods could delete that link. That would be great. Not my StreamYard link. All right, we'll get that out of there. But yeah, we'll be over on the Collier and Brian Landry channel. Brian Landry. Collier Landry. Let me get the link if you want to come over and watch us tonight. And we just talk about, it's not true crime related. It's very different and off-brand. And if you watched our first episode, you'll kind of get the gist of what we're doing. And that's scheduled tonight. Let me see. Oh, I got to make it not. Let's see. I need to make it public. Perfect. I'll drop the link. I will drop the link here in a second. Just need it to post. Post. Well, here, I'll just drop the link to our main page. It should be up there soon. It should post. But there we'll have episode 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anyone wants to come over and watch us, we'd love that. And again, really good time to come back today. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Thank you all to my mods that can make it in here this afternoon, this morning. You all make the channel much better. And I really appreciate it. All the Go Squad members and all the subscribers in here. And if you're watching this back on replay, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back soon. And I love everybody. Please be safe and don't give in. We ain't got no quit. And I ain't putting this thing down. I'm keep going. All right. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.